we're seeing some big shifts in politics during the course of this year moving ahead. So, I mean, we can talk about COVID, and obviously the legacy of COVID has been reducing dependency on supply chains, this whole COVID diplomacy going on, the fear that trade will never pick back up again. But there are big political events. We've seen during the course of the last year an undermining of the big institutions of trade, World Health Organization, World Trade Organization, United Nations, NATO even. What are the big political events that are going to either support those structures now internationally or continue to undermine them, do you think?
Yeah, well, perhaps I can start with the positives. I think a lot of the erosion of our trust in institutions and multilateralism in sort of broad brush terms was because of Donald Trump's administration. I mean, the whole America First agenda, I mean, it's a simple point to make, but put everybody else second. So it meant that multilateralism wasn't even a consideration for his in the slightest. And it was based on a very shaky understanding of how the world works, I think. I fundamentally don't think there was the understanding that everything is connected, and that the fortunes of the United States, both in economic and also in security terms, also depended on partners and things as simple as supply chains, but also alliances through NATO. So the cause for optimism, obviously, is a new administration, and an administration that's actually committed to multilateralism as opposed to committed to undermining it. So Biden's presidency, I'm holding out a lot of hope for the building of bridges, or rather the repairing of bridges with a lot of partners. And perhaps the more constructive dialogue between the US and Russia, and the US and China as well. So, I mean, I think there's actually a lot of cause for optimism in 2021. And obviously the big political event is in a couple of weeks' time, less than about a week's time, with Joe Biden's inauguration.